of Gracias come again. Today I'm sitting down with Darlene Rodriguez, NBC4 Today in New York. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I wanted to say that for so long.
I'm such a fan of yours. It's so nice to be here.
I am a fan of yours. I'm so happy you're here. You're like really like the epitome of like Latina in journalism that has been killing it for decades.
Oh, you're so sweet.
You know, because you've been doing this like 30 years?
Yeah, I know. It feels crazy.
With the same company?
So I've been with NBC. It's going to be 26 years.
How have you managed to do this? Please give me the secret sauce.
I know. You know what I find? I think that I didn't know. There was so much I didn't know. Like I'm from here, right? So you're born and raised in New York City. You go to school, journalism school.
You're a Bronx girl.
Bronx girl. And they tell you that, you have to start in a small market. You have to start in, Toledo, Ohio. And I'm like, no, there's no Puerto Ricans over there. Like, what am I? I wouldn't even know how to live in a small market. So I had that sort of naive, almost ignorance where like, no, I grew up here. I'm going to work here.
That was me. I started radio in New York.
Right. Which
Number
never
one mark.
happens.
Never.
Number one
People
market.
were like, oh, you're going to have to move all over the country and then you can end up in New York.
Right. But there's just a thing that we just.
I wasn't moving.
No, and we feel comfortable in spaces where we didn't think we had a chance. I think that's just the way we grew up, So it just kind of made sense. But the way I started was I had graduated college and realized, oh, wow, yeah, you can't get a job in TV here. It is hard. And then I saw in the newspaper at the time, we had newspapers, real newspapers. My husband actually found, and it said, or I think it was my mom, there was a cable station opening up called Bronx Net.
Okay.
And I thought, well, okay.
Mom.
I know this. I know this borough. So I walked in. I had no appointment, and it was like, it was a studio that had just opened, and I kind of, I borrowed my girlfriend's
You were like, ding dong.
skirt and jacket, and I just walked in with a resume. I did not bring my tape because it was so bad. I knew that it would hurt me if I left the tape, but if I met them in person,
You were like, I could sell them.
maybe I could make a better impression. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, after he asked me, how the hell did you get in here?
Security.
Yeah, he offered me. Yeah, he said, I'll try you out. He said, I'll try you out. I'll give you $128 per story. And to me, that was like, okay, great.
You were like, it's lit.
That's it. I was like, okay. So I did that for a year, and then my husband had seen something, and it was an opening for CBS Radio News Radio 88.
So you always wanted to do news?
Yeah. Okay. So since I was little, 8 years old, I used to tell my mom that this is what I wanted to do. See, she used to watch the news a lot, and
Which news did you watch?
she watched.
Do you remember?
She watched everything. So Chuck and Sue, when I was a lot younger on Channel 4, WNBC, Rollin Smith, Ernie Anastas, and then she watched Peter Jennings on the ABC Evening News. It was like Dan Rather.
Those are all the OGs.
Oh yeah, the OGs. Ted Koppel, Late at Night, Nightline, I believe it was called. And I knew that. I didn't understand the content as a little girl always, but I knew it was important because she was so interested and glued. Yes, and then she'd have reactions and she'd talk about it. And
who was there watching the news with Mom?
Me.
You.
Just me.
So you saw the reaction.
That was it, yeah, because it was just me and her until my brother was born. I was an only child for about 13, 14 years. It was just me and my mom.
And Mom would watch the news and you were like, I want to do this?
Yeah, I said, because I knew, like my mother valued, and you look, right, when you're little, you look at what your parents value. You don't know that's what you're observing, but that's what you're observing. And I remember she really valued intelligence and
Puertorriqueña,
authority. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to her, it was like that was more important than anything, more important than being pretty or being popular, any of that. And when people would compliment me, I was a little girl, oh, she's so cute.
Qué
she's
linda.
So pretty. Yeah, qué linda. My mother would go, yeah, she's very smart, too. So I knew that was what
was more important to her.
Yes. And I think that's why I just kind of gravitated towards it. And I talk a lot and I'm nosy. It just works.
You're like, I've been doing research since I was born.
Exactly. It just works.
So you start working.
Mm-hmm.
You walk in. How long did this last?
So BronxNet was about a year. And then I started with the radio gig. But again, with radio, I walked in and they said the same thing. They're like, people who come to CBS Radio have been doing this for at least 10 years in a major market. You've been doing cable. And the way I sold myself there was I said, yes, you're right. But I'm about half the age of all of the reporters that you have on the air here because I've been listening. And I can get into neighborhoods and communities that I know they can't.
Mm.
So I think I can bring you a perspective that would be different. And again, it was like, all right, I'm going to try you out. And I think that pay was, we're going to pay you $500 a week,
Okay.
Monday through Friday. To me, I was like, okay, I
You
was
you're
chilling.
just graduating college. You're
I
young.
was happy. I was unemployed. I mean, I had the Bronx naked, but that wasn't a real steady thing. So I said, okay. And they said, but it's just a trial. And it was 2 weeks. And then it turned into 5 weeks, 6 weeks. And then they offered me a job. And that was my first, like, job.
How did you celebrate?
Oh my gosh, I don't remember. That's
You
so funny
come
that
on,
you
you
say
gotta
that.
remember because this
I
is a
don't
big deal.
remember. But you know what I do remember? I remember walking into the CBS building, 52nd and 6th. It was called Black Rock at the time. I don't even know if it's still called that, but Black Rock. And I remember seeing the CBS logo, and it was like they're expecting me. You know, like I actually have an appointment here. And to me, that was such a big deal. And then when I went into a CBS to my NBC interview, I remember walking out, and I called my mother first, and I said to her, like, I don't even know if I got it, but I was just so emotional that I had just walked out of the NBC building at 30 Rock and had a real interview. Like I
That's
was taken seriously, you know?
And that's amazing. I mean, sometimes it takes, like you said, we have to leave. We have to go to other markets.
Yeah,
We have to
yeah.
work in Texas. We have to work in Nashville. And then
Yes.
we can come here and like
Right.
finish out our careers here. So to get started here in New York, and not only that, the way that you've been able to stay on air all these years, that's a blessing.
It is. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful, really. And I think it's because of the support that I have in the community.
I feel like it is too. It's just like you belong to the community. And
Yeah.
that's your viewers. And
Yeah, and they claim you, you know, and
oh,
I love
you belong
it.
to them.
Yeah, and I feel responsible to the community. I feel like I'm reporting on my home, my family, my friends. This is where I grew up, you know. So it's so personal to me that we get it right.
And the commercial that you guys have where, you're in the Bronx, it feels good and it feels so genuine, like you're still connected. Because, sometimes a lot of time goes by and you're on TV and, you move and
Yeah.
but it feels like you're still connected.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. And we made sure to do that with the kids too. It's like,
With your kids?
yeah, my kids, I mean, they're, my God, I say kids. My youngest is 22.
I know your daughter just got married over the
The
summer.
oldest got married, yeah, she's 32. And then my son is 24, middle boy. So I can't even believe I'm saying
My
that. Like,
kids?
it's like, who are these grown people? They can't be my kids.
Do they still live with you?
Not the married one, but yeah, everybody else does.
Well, at least you're not an empty nester.
No, but I'm like Latina mama. I want them to live with me
Claro
forever.
que sí, forever.
I want them there forever.
We're gonna
He
build them a
doesn't
house in the back?
necessarily- Yeah, I want them there all the time. But yeah, I mean, we keep them connected. We stay connected. I mean, my gosh, my grandmother, this is how fortunate I am. My grandmother just passed away 5 years ago. I had my grandmother for 50 years of my life. Like, who has that, right?
How old was she?
Well, she didn't want anybody to know, but she said she was 80 something. Like, she was,
But she was a
bit
little
older, yeah.
That's beautiful. So you had your grandmother.
Yeah, so I had
And
my
you know-
grandmother, and she lived in the projects in Soundview.
So
and
you
we
were
would-
definitely connected because
all
you
the
was
time.
you were still visiting the projects.
Absolutely, and we
People
brought
you
the
would
kids.
recognize you and wave.
Yeah,
How proud was she?
Oh forget it.
I can only imagine.
Oh no, forget it. And my mother too. Like you can't, as a matter of fact, she was in at the doctor's office, and the second we walk in, the nurse comes in. She goes, "You know who that's my daughter. Have you seen?" Like, Mom.
She's on TV. You know that.
Yeah,
You know who she is, right?
And they'll be like, "What?"
I love that.
I'm like, "Mom, please don't do that."
You're an only child?
No, I have a brother. So
have a-
my brother was born when I was almost 14.
Oh, yes, you did say
yeah,
that,
so he's
yeah.
a lot younger. He's like my baby. So I was kind of raised like an only child, and then he was kind of raised like an only child, but we're very close.
How hard was it for him with you being, so accomplished so early? Because it's not like the pressure.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, he actually did way better than me in school. He went to NYU. He graduated from NYU.
Okay.
And he got a degree, and he actually had an interest in journalism, and then tried some different things, and now he works for the New York State government.
I love that.
Yeah, and he's doing great. He's a smart guy. Smarter than me.
No, olvídate. If your mother valued, education and smarts, you both had to deliver.
Yeah, we
Lucky
did.
her. Because sometimes we don't all.
No, and you know what she would say? It's like, she's wherever you set the standard for your kids, they're going to rise to that. So if it's low, like my mother, I remember other parents saying like, yeah, no, so-and-so, my son, he did great. He passed everything. And my mother passed. Like that was her thing to me. Pass. Of course you're gonna pass. Where's the A?
I
And I
need
was like, oh
degrees
my
on the walls.
God, like she's so difficult. It was so hard because I come home and, got a 92. Could have gotten a 96. I mean, she was still very proud, but she always pushed for that highest possible
She
thing. It was
raised the bar for you.
exhausting. Yeah, it was exhausting, but
Are you that same mom now?
I try to be. I think I'm a little bit weaker when it because I think I am. I think my kids would tell you that I am. I'm sitting here acting like no, not really. Yes, I think I am. I mean, if I could be half the mother she is, I think I'll do great.
Well, somebody has to be the softie.
Right.
Is it you?
I don't know. Is it me? I don't know. I think we take turns. We take turns. You know how it is. It's like, and I'm blessed that
Also, you switch your roles. Bad cop,
we
good
switch
cop.
good cop, bad cop. Yeah, sometimes it's like I swear I'm gonna kill this kid, and then the other point, no, 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 leave it, I'll take care of it. So it's that sort of thing. But we go through the same things with our kids. Do you have kids?
No.
Oh, that's why you look so young and beautiful. She don't have
Stop
gray
it, stop it,
hair.
stop
That's why.
Listen,
yes.
that is tinte, okay?
No, no, that's
Stop
why
it,
I got
stop
that
it, stop.
beautiful face. I have a gray hair for every little bit of stress.
Listen, you have 4 kids, right?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Raising children, a lot of people that sit here say, is the most rewarding, but also the hardest job.
It is. It is because you're responsible for these people, and you're thinking like, I'm sending these people out into the world. What kind of people am I sending out into the world? So for me, it was, I want you to do well. I want you to be smart and accomplished and all that stuff, but I want you to be a good person. I want you to be kind and compassionate, and that to us was always number one, how you treat people.
I love that.
I mean, even when the kids were little and we go to restaurants and stuff like that, it's like we were very conscious of how they speak to people, how they're grateful and how they say thank you and how they stop. And, if somebody brings something to you, stop your conversation and say thank you respectfully.
And the world thanks you. That's the type of humans we need.
That's what we need. That's how we all should be. Because, you can judge somebody a lot, right? When you go out to dinner or to have drinks with someone, you really can see their character based on how they treat people who are
the wait staff,
serving them. Yeah. Yeah, it says a lot.
Now, your husband's a lawyer?
He's a lawyer, immigration lawyer. So that's a busy, busy, busy job.
Oh,
right
I can
now.
only imagine. How is it being married to a lawyer? Do you ever win any arguments?
Have you met me?
I said, listen, I feel bad. I said, a lawyer? I said, what you do? You just argue all day and then let him win when you get tired?
All day.
You're like, I'm just going to go to bed.
You know why? Because it's
you
like,
won.
Who thinks they know more, right? But no, I mean, he's extremely, extremely smart, really accomplished and busy, It's a privilege too to be a part, or at least to be a witness to see what he's doing and the immigration attorneys right now and how hard they're working under the circumstances and how things are changing.
I can only imagine, an immigration attorney's office, it's got to be upside down right now.
It is. It's upside down and everything changes all the time. I mean, there's so much. It's hard because, at work, I do a show in the morning and it's
You're
3
on
hours.
at 4:30 in the morning.
Yes.
How?
4:30. I don't know. And that's
She said, I don't know if I did it 30 years.
I've never been a morning person. I've never been a morning person. And it's bizarre to me, when they wanted me to do that show. I said, no, I like hard news, 3-alarm fire, double homicide. Like, that's my lane. And they're like, no, we think you're personable. You'd be good for the morning. I was like, no, absolutely not. I don't want to talk about, like, who was on the red carpet yesterday.
The fluffy stuff?
Yeah, I didn't think I was good for that. But
you look good doing it.
No, thank you. You know what it is? It's about being your authentic self. And I think that's what it was. Like you were saying, how do you do it so long? I think it's because I didn't know how to fit a mold. I didn't know how to act or look or appear to be an anchor person or a TV reporter.
You can't exist like that.
You can't, and not in New York, right? Like,
people
New
will
York
see right
knows
through
fake.
you.
Yeah. They see fake and they let you know. And they also see real. And I think they gravitate to it or they relate to it, And I mean, I try to just be my best authentic. That's all I got to give you is me, I can't be anybody else.
And that is what we latch on to. And, that's one thing that I say all the time. I don't want to be liked. I don't want to be admired. I just want to be relatable. I just want you to feel like you can count on me.
Right.
And, I'm going to also express the same things that you're feeling.
Right. And that's what it is, because people listening to you, they're going through their day. You don't know what they're going through. and especially radio. What I love about radio is so intimate, right? It's your voice, and people who are listening to you, they're in the middle of whatever. They're in the car, or they're at home, or they're going through something, or and it's just you, and they have to have that trust. Like, I feel as a journalist, the best compliment somebody gave me was I was walking down the street, and it was right after Hurricane Sandy, 2012, and the city was a mess. It
I
was a
remember.
mess, right? It was crazy. And this woman stops me and she goes, "Oh, Darlene." And she said, "I watch you." I said, "Oh, thank you so much." And she goes, "I trust you." For me, that was the biggest compliment in journalism that somebody could pay me. It meant a lot. And now especially, we really, it's important for us to to earn the trust, to keep the trust, you know.
How do you feel mentally right now? Like, it's just like, do you see everything that's happening? Working, that's, you don't get to escape it like we do. Like, if I don't want to watch the news for a week, I don't.
Right.
How do you deal with, mental health and like everything that you have to report on and what you see?
It's heavy. You're right. It's heavy. And I tell my friends and family to turn it off and give yourself a break
I do.
because it's so heavy. It's never been like that. We are
We're
in a
deep.
unique time, and it is a scary time.
Very.
And you can look at it or analyze it however you want, or say it's because of this or because of that, but it is a scary and different time, and I can't escape it. We have to not only digest it and know it, we have to talk about it over and over again. I mean, a lot of us on the show, we have our own group chats where we kind of vent with each other, because now, you turn around, you take a nap, you wake up, you're like, what the hell?
The world changed.
Something like, what happened? Who did what? What do you mean? Is that legal? You can't do that. And then we have to figure it out and figure out a way to say it. The thing is that before, journalism was sort of a simple thing in that you said this, and then there will be somebody that has an opposing opinion, and we will show both sides, and that's what now I have to say, well, she said this, but that's not true. I have to do that. That's my
Your
job.
responsibility as a journalist.
Exactly. And then, it would appear that we're being opinionated. We're responsible, though, to say it's not true. Or we have to fact check in ways that we never had to fact check before.
It's like the work became much harder.
It's very, yes, it's very difficult. And then, now you have a lot of people, and there's a whole kind of, mentality of people not believing news, because there's so much out there that is opinion based, made to look like news or whatever. And, sometimes they say, I don't know who to believe. I say, yeah, no, you know who to believe. It's your job to find credible news sources, and you have to seek it out. And if you're reading this information, keep on reading, keep on looking, get all sources.
But people are so in a weird space right now when it comes to news and when it comes to media. I was on Good Night New York last week, and people are like, why are you at Fox? I hate Fox, and Fox doesn't like Latinos. And I'm like, that's not the case. You guys are generalizing everything in a weird space. I hate it.
Yeah, and it's like, and also like, I mean, let's say you're somewhere and you're at an organization or an outlet that people feel this way. I mean, having you there is actually a good thing, because your voice matters, your presence matters.
And that's exactly what I said. I said, we spoke about Latinos. We spoke about Bad Bunny. We spoke about the podcast. So it's like, if you feel this way, at least see my visit there as them changing or evolving, if that's where your mind is at right now.
Right.
But it is hard because people are forming opinions about outlets, the news in general.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't trust anything anybody says anymore. But you're right. It is the climate that we're in right now.
Right.
And then you're also a Latina.
Mm-hmm.
Your husband works immigration law.
Yeah.
So your house must feel charged.
That's funny that I haven't, that's a really good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. My house is charged. It is, and we have a lot of very strong opinions. And, when you have 20-somethings that are just sort of like new in the world.
Oh, they have the most opinions.
Oh, forget it.
Gen
and
Z,
it's like
forget about
they
it.
want, fight the power all day. Even, fight me all day. Fight, dad. But so yes, there's a lot of opinions. But I love our family group chats, because with my kids, they know, don't send a link don't send me some TikTok news. Like
I
you,
hate it.
it better be a credible news source. So you will see, like, they'll send me a link. They'll be like, "Well, the Associated Press is reporting blah 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 blah,"
Only
and
credible
yeah,
news sources.
NBC, Wall Street Journal, ABC, they're reporting it. I'm like, okay, did you check? And they know that this is what we will discuss. We will discuss real. We're not going to discuss nonsense
Because that's another
on
thing.
Reddit. All respect to Reddit, but you know what I'm saying. It's like
You go down a rabbit hole with
you
Reddit.
can go
You're
down
like,
a
where
rabbit
am I
hole,
right now?
right?
But you're right with social media, with Facebook. I'm like, Mom, why did you share that? That's not even true. That's AI, Mom.
That's another thing.
My husband be listening to things. I'm like, and I'm listening. I'm like, none of that is real. Please turn that off.
I know. And and a lot of people can't distinguish. And sometimes we try to have that grace because, like, I feel like we're in the media, we're inundated with it, so we can probably tell an AI video a
Immediately.
lot quicker than
I just hear
somebody else. Right. But that's another thing we have to battle.
That's what I was gonna say. Like we're the president. The ICE, the AI, misinformation. It's not easy.
Yes,
I can
no.
only imagine. You're like, please dial this back to, let's say, 15 years ago.
Yes, it's I don't know how. I can't believe we're here in a lot of ways. I can't believe we're here. But here we are, So I think that we all just have to do our best at what we do, and keep doing it, and keep doing it with authenticity, with accuracy, and with good intentions, and with truth. I say this all the time, and we talk about this with our producers, colleagues. I say that the truth speaks for itself. You do not need to exaggerate. You don't need to underplay it. You don't need to overplay it. Just give it. The truth speaks for itself. As long as you find something that's truthful, that's enough.
That's a fact. You were in Puerto Rico with Bad Bunny. Let's talk
I wish
something.
I was with Bad. I wish I was.
Well,
with, listen, I
know.
wish he was my friend. I feel like he's my family in my head. Such a fan, such a fan. I mean, I can't even explain.
Who went out there with you?
So it was just my husband and I, but we had a couple of friends.
Well, you guys are a fun couple.
Yeah,
I like this.
oh yeah, we go out all the time. We do have a good time. Yeah, so we went.
He's Puerto Rican also?
He's Puerto Rican too. Yeah, and a couple that's of some friends of ours. But then we ran into people we know and stuff like that, and wow, the experience of being in that particular concert when I'm Puerto Rican, but I was not born there.
Mhm.
But it's a thing, you land in Puerto Rico and you somehow feel at home. It's this pull and connection that I think a lot of us have, right, with our island or
Oh, yeah.
wherever
I say it all the time.
right. When that show, when it opened and you saw like the montaña and the flamboyant tree and the casita behind and all these things,
You
and
felt emotional?
I was emotional because what he has done is so incredible. Growing up in the Bronx in New York and with my mom, like, I thought everybody was Puerto Rican. I thought every Latino was Puerto Rican. I don't know. I just then you realize, well, no, we're actually a tiny little fraction, of the whole Latino diaspora. But he really took the island, took this culture, and made it so global. And no one's ever done that for this tiny little island on that scale. And he has never wavered. This is it. This is who I am. And I'm like, damn, my mother was right. Our culture is amazing.
It's crazy that my mother-in-law, she's Puerto Rican, and I asked her, I said, has anybody artist-wise been ever as big as Bad Bunny? And she couldn't think of
Yeah.
anybody. I think she said El Gran Combo maybe,
Yeah.
but that was about it. But she was like, no, nothing like this ever. And she's
No.
70.
Right. So she knows, and like my daughter, she's at Michigan State University, and in the bars, they're playing Bad Bunny, So you have kids who have no idea what they're saying, but they're singing along.
What are we doing for Super Bowl?
We are
Party at the house?
I'm trying to go.
Oh,
to
you
the
trying to
Sup-
go to
I'm
Super Bowl?
trying
Oh,
to
Darlene's like, I
go.
got that
I
bag.
don't think it's gonna happen though. I don't think it's gonna happen. But yeah, if not, definitely a watch party, because again, it's that sort of thing. I'm really interested to see what he's going to do, especially with the kind of backlash that happened right after he was announced. Listen, there's so many songs.
We're going to own it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great show.
It is. It's going to be amazing.
Of course, but there's so many songs that we've listened to our whole life that we don't. I mean, I love Andrea Bocelli. I don't speak Italian,
Same.
but I sing the words to that song. There's a lot of songs. Afro beats right now. Are
Same.
you kidding? I
That's
have
me.
no idea, but I will sing because music is universal.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's
something
not
you
about the
feel,
language.
like I hear music in Portuguese and I'm like, I love it. And I
Right.
even mimic the words.
Me too.
It's so similar to Spanish that I'm like, I'm singing in Portuguese.
Exactly. Exactly.
They're going to be all right. And I feel like he's done work with so many different people that it can be a show that can appease those who are not happy.
Yeah.
You know, he can bring out Drake. He could bring out, you know what I'm saying?
he
Like,
could.
he's done music with so many different people. But I'm proud that it's a Latino show. And we deserved it. When that was announced, it just felt so perfect. I'm like, we're going through so much shit right now, man. The way we're being painted in the media, the way we're being attacked, the way we're being dragged. Like, it's just,
I know.
it was like a gift. It was like,
It was.
you know, when the mic drop, I was like,
Right.
get the fuck out of here. I couldn't believe it.
Now, see, okay, that's interesting because this is since you're in this business, they were saying that like this is partially, or I don't know if it was wholly, like Jay-Z's influence and decision.
Well, you know,
Yes,
they
no?
say he's the boss over at Rock Nation, and Rock Nation is the one that you know puts together these halftime shows. So in the last few years, and Bad Bunny said he did get a call from Jay-Z, so we can definitely say
yeah.
Jay-Z had a hand in this. But he's a businessman, and he understands the concept of going worldwide.
Yes. Yes. And I mean, I love Jay-Z, so I was like happy to hear that, you know, that
He's
there was that
responsible for
kind of,
this?
yeah, he was. has
And I feel like everybody in
responsibility.
his team is Latino or Dominican, you know,
Yeah.
from OG Juan to Desiree. Like everybody
Right.
in his circle that
Right.
runs Rock Nation is Latino.
Right.
So if he ain't know about Bad Bunny, they put him on.
They did. They sure did. No, I'm happy. I'm excited. Definitely excited. But again, it just takes like the culture. It's New York. It's Puerto Rico. It's Latino. It's all the things, and it just kind of puts it on this global stage. I mean, you know better than me, right? Isn't he like the number one
He is.
streamed
Oh no, he is. Listen,
artist?
Bad Bunny is the biggest star in the world right now.
Right.
Don't come for me, K-pop, but yeah,
I know
it's a
Ta-
fact.
What about Taylor though? I mean,
He should be all right.
okay. No, she's you know, with respect, I was just
I'm
like,
not, you're a Swiftie?
my daughters are Swifties.
I'm not. I don't know any Taylor Swift songs. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging. No. I think it's, you know, depends on like where you are, right?
And
like,
Z100's right here, and I know
Right.
people that work there that cry when she gets engaged or when something good happens for
Yes.
her. Much
Yes.
respect to them, but I'm more of like a Bad Bunny hip hop girl.
Me too.
So I'm
me
hyped.
too. I know. I'm Bad Bunny and Jay-Z, and I got Swifties at home. So we got, you know, it's a little bit of everything.
It's a balance. You
Yeah.
know everything that's going on. How hard is it to have to know everything that's happening in the world? Like your brain must be mad at you half the time.
Yeah, probably. You know what it is? I'm constantly absorbing,
Right.
reading, doing homework. I will go down a rabbit hole, you know, over something that happened with the Ukrainian president, and go and figure it out so that if something in the morning when I wake up, I'm already dialed in. But I'm dialed in all the time. I like it though. I have to be honest. I like it. I know it's kind of crazy. I know
It's
my
like you're
brother will tell me,
constantly
"My God,
consuming.
put your phone away." It's like stop reading, and I can't.
How's the phones in your house? Do we put them away for dinner? Like, what's the rules with the
Yes,
phones?
we do.
Yeah?
We don't have the phones at the dinner table.
I'm
mean,
glad to hear that.
Yeah, no, it's good. And
We
when
need
the
it.
kids were younger, I mean, I would cook every day. So like, every day we would all
Now is
have
every
dinner.
man for themselves?
You know it. They look at me all sad. Oh, what are we eating? I don't know. You have a car, right?
You're in your 20s.
Why don't you drive and pick something up for me? But yeah, it was important to have that dinner time. My mother did that. Even when it was just me and her, and then me and her, my brother, we sat around the table, and she would come home from work, and it was kind of late, and I never felt like I didn't have my mom around because she was always there and cooked, and we sat together and went through our day. So we tried to do that, with our kids.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do any of your children want to do journalism?
I didn't get one journalist out of the bunch. I'm so upset about that still. I'm like, come on. I could show you this.
They're like, Mom, you held it down.
Yeah, no, I know. They just, my the oldest is director of operations at this wonderful
Okay, big title.
Yeah, I
I
know.
like it.
Like you, me.
Already,
That's okay.
already.
Because I wasn't that at her age. So yeah, she's great. She's in the hospitality industry,
Oh, nice.
and she does great. And my boy is an actor.
I love this
And
for
a
him.
model. Yeah, he's a cutie pie. And then the little one, the baby, she's going to graduate in December, and she wants to work with children, and she's really good with children, and she's into the whole like child psychology education, that sort of thing. And she also really likes charity fundraising because I'm involved with Make-A-Wish of the Hudson Valley.
I
So
saw
she
that.
worked with them all summer, and they kind of changed the trajectory
She
of
caught a
what she
bug?
wants to do, and she loves that Make-A-Wish work.
She's going to definitely do good because,
Yeah.
that's something that you feel.
Of course.
It's not something that like I went to school, to be a nurse and I'm just no, no, no. When you want to work with children, when you want to make a difference, that's something that's just like
It's like a calling.
yeah,
It's a calling.
that's the
Yeah.
good word.
And I feel like too, like I was always wanted it to be important to them to think about other people. What can you give somebody? What can you do for somebody else? I'm on the board of the Christian Rivera Foundation, which is another foundation, and I've been with them for, my goodness, maybe 12, 15 years. And their thing is DIPG. So that's a brain tumor that really only happens to children. It's inoperable and it's fatal.
Wow.
And there is no way to cure it. And they've made so many strides that we have like an actual young girl who made it from the age of 10 to 18. That's never happened before. This tumor, when your child is diagnosed, you have about 18 months. It's brutal. But, there's doctors who are working so hard. And there's one doctor at New York Presbyterian. His name is Mark Sedane. He's brilliant. And he has dedicated his whole entire career.
God bless him.
He's a neurosurgeon. He's dedicated his whole career to finding a cure for this. And, he's a big neurosurgeon at Cornell. He could be doing a lot of other things. But it's this. And, I mean, my hair stands up because, like, I'm just really amazed and happy to be on that journey with them. So hopefully they find a cure.
They will. And, it takes people like you and like the foundation to not let up, because it's easy to be like, like I lost my son, bury him. And then it's just like you just do an anniversary, but not to actually create a foundation and to, build on it and help other families. That speaks volumes.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. I don't know that I will have the strength for that. It's hard to do, like you said. But yeah, I mean, one of these days you should come to one of our events.
I should.
I'm gonna drag all of you guys over.
Bring us. We are ready. You just gotta give me a little notice.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure I get my outfit right. Can we talk clothes though? I
Okay.
feel like you are so well put together.
Really?
Fashion girly. Yes.
You sure you're looking at the
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
I'm looking at the right Instagram.
Because
I'm looking
I
at the
feel
right
like I'm
Instagram.
putting it together with Scotch tape on some days. I just like roll into the studio like a lunatic.
Nah,
I think it's hard. It's hard.
They do hair and makeup for you every day? Talk to
Listen,
me. I always wanted to know. And do they pay for your clothes? These are questions I've
Listen.
always had.
Let's talk about it. They
Please.
used to do hair and makeup forever
Mhm.
until recently.
You got to do your own hair and makeup?
Right now I do.
Girl, I would quit because I can't.
Listen, I know.
I
I'm
can't.
surprised I haven't been
can't.
thrown out because like some days it's just it's not good. But that's where TV business has changed. It has changed. And I think a lot of the things that they did, a lot of, they don't have people operating cameras in the studio anymore. The cameras are robotic. They don't have people operating a prompter. The prompter is automatic. It's voice activated. Those are people that used to have those jobs that
are
anymore,
lost.
So
That I hate.
I hate that. I absolutely hate that.
My cousin, she's a reporter for Telemundo in Florida, and she's like a one-woman show now. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh, does she do her own camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she edits in a car. And I'm like,
Wild.
girl, what do you mean?
I know.
She's like, yeah. And I sent stories back, and I'm like, alone. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. There would be a whole crew in the studio when you were doing a TV newscast, and now not really. It's me and Michael. We have, there are people there. We have a wonderful stagehand, we have an audio person and stuff like that. But
It's not what it was before.
it's not what it used to be, and it makes me sad because there's a lot of people that used to work and don't anymore.
A lot of things have changed. Like even Hollywood. Like I was reading an article about Hollywood, how things have changed. Like people like, I haven't worked in a year.
Yeah.
And they're like, things have changed so much. I feel like it's across the board. Like even in radio, we have cuts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know.
And those positions go away.
Right.
It's not that we have cuts and then in a year we rehire.
Because, you doing a show here in radio, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, there would have been people, right, helping with, I don't know what they do, but, like, there's audio, there's a lot of things happening.
Mm-hmm.
And now, right, people do their own boards.
Oh, I do my own boards. I
Yeah.
can do my own boards. I can do my own editing, my own digital, my own social media, my own hair.
Yeah.
Listen.
Well, your hair looks good.
Thank you.
You want to do my hair?
I got you. Listen, I can tell you the foundations.
Can
I'm like,
I
these
come
are-
here before the show in the morning and do my
Come on,
hair?
let's set it up. I'll be like, I'm your new hair and makeup girl.
Oh, my
You're right up the
God.
block, right? You're not far?
Yeah, we're at 30 Rock.
I got you.
Okay.
I'm
Come
your
on
new-
over. We have a makeup room. We just,
It's just empty.
It's empty.
Oh,
Yeah,
nah,
it makes me so
nah,
sad. And
nah,
those
nah,
are my
nah, nah.
favorite people in the world.
I know.
You're like family.
It was
It's a
like
very,
therapy, right?
and it's just an intimate relationship. These people are touching your face and your hand. Like, you just grow to love them, and they become family to you. And yeah, so that's
What
actually
about your
been really
clothes?
sad.
Do you pick your own clothes? Do they pick your clothes?
Yes.
You pick your own clothes?
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
I hope I'm
Because I couldn't pick. I couldn't let
Listen,
nobody
some
pick my
days-
clothes.
Some days,
What
it's,
time?
it's a fashion no sometimes, but sometimes
They tell
don't-
you that
No.
they don't like it. Oh,
but
okay.
oh,
I was gonna be
my
like, what?
girlfriend will call me and my mother will tell me.
Oh, after the show, talk about
Oh,
burn
yeah.
that blouse.
yeah, exactly.
No.
Well, my mother would say to me, she'd go, "Oh, I saw you this morning," and I would go, "Yeah." She'd go, like, you hated my dress.
Lady, listen,
It
I
would just be,
was already on TV. Leave me alone.
Like, I'm on my way home. It's
I
too
cannot-
late. Yeah. No, my husband too. He'll be like, you need more makeup, and I said, well,
Because
this
it
is during
doesn't
the
show.
show.
Because it doesn't show. Not
Right.
du-
Yeah.
during the show.
Oh yeah, we have friends. My friends will like,
Talk about put on some bronzer.
yeah. He's like, I said, well, where? And he can't.
He can't.
Figure
He
it
can't
out.
articulate it, but
And
he's
I'm
like something's missing.
Where on my face? Where here? And then So we try to, but it's very helpful. I appreciate the texts from the family.
But no thanks, especially when you're on there. Do not stress me out.
Yes.
I've been doing stuff and people like, and I'm like, the camera's on. I can't just start.
I know. See, that's the fun though too with live TV, because sometimes I say it like things happen. Something.
But
you
that's
drop
why you're
something, you almost-
relatable, and that's why we like you, because it doesn't come off phony, like fake.
No,
It's just like,
and
yo.
yeah, and if I make a mistake, I mean, you saw it. I'm gonna act like you didn't see it. You all saw it. We're live. So,
Have you ever said like a random ass word on air that you're like, why would that word come to mind?
So
It's got to be one.
my co-anchor this morning or yesterday, we were talking about the virus, the chikungunya virus. It's very strange.
Are we
word.
talking about? Is it the chikungunya? Is it in Spanish too?
No, that's the thing.
I'm thinking of something
It's
in Spanish.
chikungunya,
Oh.
which sounds like it could be a Spanish word. And he just couldn't get it out. Like it was like chikungunya.
It sounds like food.
Goya, like Goya beans.
It's
So then I
like
have-
Thai food.
Right. And then, it'll be me the next day who just can't say something, like I'll just pronounce it completely wrong and awful, and, we laugh. I mean, it can't be a horrible story, but yeah.
It's got to be a fun, chill
Of course.
story.
I mean, yeah, we mispronounce. We say the wrong thing. We mispronounce sometimes.
You had Cardi B up there. How hard was it to be around?
I love her.
Did she throw you off? I've interviewed her before, and I'm like, why are you making noises? Like, what's happening right now?
Listen, I wish I was interviewing. You know what happened?
¿Qué pasó?
She was on the Today Show.
Okay.
Michael and I walked over because I was like, I want to see her.
Oh, I thought she was with you.
No, I wish. So we walked over. We walked into the studio, the Today Show studio, and she had a bunch of people there, and she's sitting there with Jenna Bush Hager, and Jenna's so sweet, and Cardi's saying things to her that I know Jenna doesn't fully like.
Grasp?
Well, yeah, because she said something about because I be outside, you be outside,
Jenna's
and
like,
Jenna was like,
in my yard?
I know, it was so good. I wanted to go, Jenna! But she's like, you be outside, and Jenna's so sweet. She's like, yeah. It was
All the
adorable.
time.
And it was funny. I mean, Cardi B, talk about authentic.
Oh, forget about it. There's nothing fake about that
Everybody loves her, and I'm so glad, and it's refreshing because she's, this is it. And she's not about, like, making anybody else look bad or anything.
She's in her own world.
She's doing her.
Cardi don't care about
You gotta
nobody,
love it.
nothing else. Like, she's just going to say what she wants to
Yeah.
say, as loud as she wants to say
Right.
it. But it's worked out for her. The way that Cardi went from, just being reality TV,
Yeah.
dancing to one of the biggest stars in the
Yeah.
world, because I don't care what nobody has to say. The woman, what she's done,
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed.
Of course. I mean, there's a right combo that some people have for whatever reason, and it's
That
the
it factor-
right mixture
Oh,
of
she's got it.
things, and she has it,
Really?
and she's likable.
Oh, people love her.
Yeah, she really is. Michael, my co-anchor, Michael Gargiulo, he loves Cardi B. I went over there because I said, come on,
He's the
let's
Cardi fan, and you were like,
Oh.
I got you. Don't worry.
I
I'm going to
said
hold you down.
I know, I love her, but he really loves her. He loves her. He loves Doja Cat.
I love Doja Cat.
He loves Lil Wayne.
Lil
And he's
Wayne?
like the
That's a
last-
random one.
He's the last person that you would expect to be playing this in his car, but he's a cool guy.
It'd be like that. I'm glad that you like him, and the chemistry feels good.
Yeah, I mean, we're like best friends.
'Cause
which
that's
is nice.
important.
After
When-
the show every morning, we go have breakfast together.
Really?
Yes. Like our families know each other.
That's good.
you
I like that.
know. I mean, all of us on the show, but me and him, yes. And we're very different, but I mean, he's funny and when it comes to being a good person, he's one of the best people I know. Like a really good-hearted guy.
It works, and sometimes it's like opposites. It works.
I've
That's
seen it.
like me and Elvis Duran. We love each other, and it's like,
Really?
where did this? Like, I'm
Yeah.
a Dominicana.
Yeah.
He, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just
Yes.
where did it? But we adore each other.
Yes.
But
He's
he's
a good guy. I
genuine.
met him a couple of
He's
times
an
too.
amazing guy. He's the godfather of radio.
Right.
Like, but he's just so amazing. He gives back. He has his dog. Like, we just connect in so many different ways. But it was just a weird ass random pairing.
Yeah, yeah. I love it though, but that works. It works, and I think that's the beauty of New York. That's the beauty of New York media, but that's just kind of what we are. I mean, where did you grow up?
151st Street and Broadway, and then Long Island.
Oh, okay. So you think about
Best of both worlds.
right, but you think about a community like Long Island or any neighborhood in any of these boroughs, you know, it's like I was in this house and then Mr. Dinelli, the older Italian man, lived here and,
Hmm.
grew tomatoes in the backyard. And, and then you had the Dominican lady across the street. The cultures.
Jamaican,
Yes, and in
Jewish,
class, it was like this, my Indian friend who sat next to me, and
my
it,
Guyanese homeboy.
yes, and it's great, and you just get so accustomed to being in this melting pot. And I think that's a good thing. And I feel very sad that people are feeling so separated these days.
I hate it.
It's really sad. It's really sad because I mean that's the strength. Like people always say, diversity. The phrase that DEI and the stigma that it's getting is like amazing to me because
But they loved it at one point. It was amazing. Everybody had a department. Y que, we're
right,
allocated millions. And then all
right.
of a sudden,
Well, then you see who really means it, right? And who really thinks it's important. The truth is, it's good for business. It just
yes.
is. You're a fool if you think that everybody's got to have the same sort of way of thinking and we're going to be able to relate or sell or bring everyone in. That's not going to work. So I don't know. I don't know why people are so afraid of that, but we grew up in a very diverse place. So, we know it's important.
It's like here in New York, it's like it's just we're a melting pot. It's just like, you have an Indian friend the same way you have a black
Yes.
friend, but we understand the importance of culture, you know, just touching different worlds.
Right. And
But it comes from
appreciating
the
it.
top.
It does come from the top, and and I think it's just sad. I mean, I remember I went to public school in New York City, and
Manhattan,
huh?
in the Bronx.
Yeah, I went to it was CS 77 in Soundview, and then PS 108 in the Mars Park Pelham Parkway section. And I remember being in fourth grade, and it's like, I learned the Hanukkah song. We all learned it by heart, and we all sang it. We learned origami because we had a Japanese student in the class, and she taught us all origami. And we did the tarantella because there were a lot of Italian kids in the class. And how amazing is that? I mean, the kids learned to say Merry Christmas in Spanish. That's good. It's a good thing.
It is. It's amazing, and again, it's coming from the top. But I hope that we're gonna get back to a space, where we again love each other
Yeah.
and embrace our differences. You know what I'm saying? Because we were here marrying each other. A Jewish guy would marry a Dominican girl. A black guy would marry a Jewish girl. Like, it's just, we're gonna get back there. I have hope, Darlene, that we are gonna
I
get
hope
back
so.
there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I hope so. I mean, you sound very encouraging, and I want to hear more of that because we need to. We need to. This is a rough place. I never thought that I would get to a point where my kids, who are in their 20s, would say, I'm concerned about my future. I never thought that that would happen.
Do you want me to tell you how concerning things are right now? Gloria Estefan is doing press, and she's walking around with her passport.
Yeah,
Like that is real talk.
real talk.
Like, she is worried about getting caught. This is Gloria
I
Estefan.
know. Oh, no, I
That's how
know.
real this shit is right now.
Right. I mean, we tell my son, I say when you drive around, and listen, him being a brown child in the first place, there were all sorts of conversations that we had with him before he got in a car and that sort of thing. But now, you know, I wonder, like, what if something like that happened? What if somebody pulls up and wants to ask him for papers, or is he a citizen, or that sort of thing? Like, That's so foreign to me.
It's so like it's just unheard of. Like
It is.
I never felt like that.
No.
I have my passport card with me because I'm like, you don't know when they shut down one block or a restaurant or whatever, you just caught up in the mix.
Right.
It can happen to any of us.
Right. It can happen to any of us. That's the thing. And I think that's what a lot of people in our community need to remember, that it could happen to any of us. Because I mean, some there are some people who feel like, that's not my issue.
It's all of our issues.
It's everybody's issue right
It's
now.
all of our issues.
It's everybody's. We need to pay attention and have compassion, I think.
100%.
You know.
Shout out to your husband, man. He's out here doing God's work because I can only
Yes.
imagine how his firm is right now.
It's busy. It's busy. And
It's scary.
it's heartbreaking because, there are children who will reach out to him and say, please, can you help my father? Or, they just took my father and I have his phone. Please, can you help us? It's a little boy.
Oh, man.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you do? So yeah, that's hard. It's hard, and it's a tumultuous time, and everything is changing. I just feel like what everybody needs to do, and I say this to everybody I know,
Please tell me.
please pay attention.
Mhm.
Please learn about the roles of government. Like, whatever it is, know what each branch of government is supposed to be doing. Know what is allowed in the Constitution. Know what the law says. We don't have to be all attorneys to know this, but there's basic stuff that people need to know. Because if they knew that, they wouldn't be questioning, why is this happening? How can he do this? Who can do, you would understand, well, yeah, that should not be happening. That's actually not legal, or this is legal because this was allowed. So now they can do this to you, that sort of thing. Just keep learning and stay aware. That's the most important thing, because I talk to people all the time, people I know who really don't understand certain things about the way the government works, or the way the government's supposed to work, or the way the Supreme Court's supposed to work. I learn every day. I learn every day. Every day I'm reading to figure out something new, and it doesn't take much. We have everything in our phone right now, so you can look up anything at any time. So take a few minutes every day when you see a news article and go, okay, what the hell is that about? And go do a quick little bit of research.
I love that.
Really,
I love
I
that.
encourage everybody to do it all the time. Before the election, people talk about Project 2025. What is that, right? And I would tell everybody, read it. It's available. It's online. I mean, it's 500 pages. You don't have to read the whole thing, but read it. Read some of it.
Tell ChatGPT to summarize
Or,
it.
or do that. See, that's another thing.
Make
Do
it 2
that.
pages instead of 25.
Right. So whatever the issue is, immigration, whatever it is that's going on, go and look up what your elected officials are actually voting for, as opposed to what you hear them saying. See, because a lot of times it's two different things, right? So check it for yourself. Everything is available. And it's not like super difficult to understand.
Yeah, especially, if you're listening and you're in New York, we have the elections coming up.
Right.
We got to pick a new mayor.
That's right.
Make sure you know who you're voting for,
You want to know who you're voting for. You want to know, what does that mean? What do they believe?
what their policies are. Because, sometimes you see a clip on social media and you're like, oh, that's my guy. And it could be one answer, not
Right.
the whole, ideation of what he's going to do here in our
Exactly.
city.
Exactly. And you're voting for for a person, all of their platform and everything they want to do. So you have to be informed. I mean, even going back to basic things like, words like communism and Marxism and fascism and all these words, do yourself a favor, right? Like anybody, read those definitions. Just learn those. And then you'll see who's talking about what and who is what, and who's leaning which way, and that sort of thing. And does it work for you? And do you like that? And are you okay with that? But learn that, because that shit's important. Excuse me.
No,
Sorry.
it is.
Can I say
No,
that?
you
Can
good.
I say
You
that?
good.
We go.
You haven't been listening
Oh
to
my
me?
God, I think I am.
Yeah, no, it is. It's super
It's
important.
important. The most important thing you can do is read and learn. That's it. Every day, a little bit of something. You do yourself a huge disservice when you stay in the dark, or when you say, "Oh, I'm not into politics." No, bro, you need to be into politics. okay? Because this is what is going to
Politics is
affect.
why we're
Yeah,
here today.
that's why we're here. So you don't have to be into. You better vote, you know, or don't complain later. Don't complain. I don't want to hear it, you know. And there are a lot of people that I hear who regret or no, I don't want to hear it because you're not political. You're not. You don't vote. You don't want to.
But
Okay.
exercise that right to
Yeah.
vote. You know how hard it was for some of us to get that right? Don't
That's
play.
That's it. Exactly.
You better not play. If you black, if you a female, you better get on that
Exactly.
line and cast your vote.
Right. I remember when we I remember when Obama was running for president, my kids were little and I took them with me and I said, all right, we're going to go. It was a voting booth at the time. I said, we're going to go in the booth.
The little curtain.
Yeah, with the curtain. I said, but you know, you can't like say out loud who I'm voting for. Like,
Don't
this is
come
your
out there
personal
with
thing,
an
right?
announcement.
Yeah, you know, like you can't, like everybody don't say the names as we do it. So like, okay, and I explained to them. I said, you know, the Voting Rights Act. This is, you know, what allowed people like us to vote, and what allowed us to be in a situation where we have a black person running for president of the United States. And my son, who was little at the time, he thought you were either black or white. So for his little life, his little childhood, he thought in my house everybody was black and I was white.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is so cute.
that's what he thought. And he goes, I said, yeah, because you know we couldn't vote. He goes, well, no, we couldn't have voted, but you would have been okay, right, Mom? I said, no.
And then it dawned on you, my son think I'm a white woman?
Many times.
Stop, Darlene, I'm dead
I
right
was
now.
like, no, that's not, no, I'm not, you know. And he would say, like, when, you know, he would come home with lessons, school and history and stuff, he'd go, yeah, you know, people like you.
And when it was
I'm
black
like,
issues,
hey,
he'd be like, where my dad at?
that's right. You know, it's like everybody, like, I'm the only one in the house who.
I'm dead.
Yeah, so I had to explain, you know, we're Hispanic, this is it, and this is, you know, there's a lot more to this than just the white or black. But it was, yeah, very funny. So that was our conversation on the way to the voting.
That's
booth.
funny. And I
Yeah.
love that you shared
Me being
that.
the white woman in the house.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's what he thought. Kids are
That's
funny.
super dope, man.
Mhm.
I want to thank you so much, you know, for making the time to come down here, for sitting down with me. You're actually going to be, I feel like, Paola Ramos
Oh, I love
and her dad, but I
her.
feel like journalists, you and Paola.
I love her. I'm a big
And I'm
fan.
obsessed with her. I was just like,
Yeah.
so I was just gonna say you're gonna be our first, you know, Latina journalist. No, Paola Ramos.
Good.
She went ahead.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
I
she-
love what you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing
Thank you.
because you could be doing a lot of other things, and the fact that you're choosing to amplify Latino voices, to me, it's like
I have to do it. Darling.
I'm so proud of you for that. I'm so
Thank you.
happy that you're doing that. I'm happy for us that you're doing that because I think that's what we need. We need to be supportive.
And what you're doing, I have to acknowledge that. I have to celebrate that. I have to let people know, people who are not in New York, I want them to know Darlene Rodriguez is here killing it, and she's been doing it for a long time. And the way you represent us,
I appreciate it.
top tier.
I appreciate it. You don't have to say long time with that kind of emphasis. So
Oh, my
honestly,
bad,
you
my
know
bad,
what
my
I'm saying?
bad, my
Like,
bad.
I mean, come
Listen,
on.
10 years would have been a long time. 10
Not
years would
that
have been
long. One time somebody came in the elevator and said, "Oh, I
You
grew
look.
He said, "I grew up watching you." I
Not-
grabbed his arm. I said,
Listen, I ain't
"Boy,
grow up
let me
watching
tell
you, but you know,
I said,
my
how
adult
old
life,
are
I've
you?
been watching you. Talk about my grandmother used to watch
I
you.
grew up.
Shut your
What
ass
are
up.
you talking about? You crazy? You're a grown man going to
You were
work.
playing games with me.
Talking about
I
you grew up watching.
No,
You grew up watching Chuck Scarborough, maybe.
I love you.
Me.
No. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Are you going on a date now? You look so pretty.
Oh, let's go. Let's all go out.
Where we going?
Let's go.
My treat?
He's paying.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's it.
I said my treat, but
We got
Darlene
it.
said you
No,
paying.
he's paying.
Se jodió este.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for stopping by,
Thank
Darlene. I
you.
appreciate you. Gracias and
Thank
come
you.
again.
Thank you.